I told people back in like, what was it, 2008, 2009, I was like, the future is going to be artists that do everything by themselves in their room, because just the advantage of not having to go to the studio, spend that time traveling or depending on somebody else or an engineer to get what you want. Being able to just roll out of bed in your boxes and your slippers, and you have an idea and you put it out there. Creativity just comes out of spontaneous moments. There's an advantage. So my creativity kind of got took into another level because of COVID. Because I already had everything set up. My team, we were like self-sustained. We preach about being self-sustained, and going through something like that, having all that time to yourself. There were things I went through. I took time to, took singing lessons. Taught myself some new stuff on the keyboard. I just kept on getting better and better and better. But I was able to just make a lot more music, and it was right in my playing field. The way the game is now is like, I've been waiting for this. Like, we have to be, everybody gotta do it from their crib. Like, all right, I'm ready to go. Like, I already got it set up, man. I was already like working on like other shows and other things to do social media wise. I like social media. I use it the same as everybody else, and I also use it differently as everybody else. I'm a fan of it, and also like I look at it from the creator's lens, and I like to create. My whole team, we made a group, SOV Music Group. And, it's just not about just music, but just creating anything. So we got show ideas, we got skit ideas. So, when all of this happened, we ended up opening our own studio, ironically, around the same time. So I already was doing stuff in my house, and now we have a studio, a home base to do everything else we wanted to do. So I was just ready to go. I think as an artist, this is the time when you just gotta, put your stuff out. You realize a lot of the R&B music has been hitting because, that music doesn't revolve around, needing to be outside with a bottle of Douce in your hand. You could sit down. That music hits good even if you sit down in your crib. You don't got to be outside partying for it to sound good. So, a lot of that's where my music was already in that realm anyway. So it kind of was a good thing for me. People were actually taking time to listen to the music, listen to the production. I had people hit me up like, yo, when did you drop this song? And I'm like, I dropped that in 2016, bro. Like, that's like 5 years old. It was a point when the idea of me starting something came when I wasn't working. I had law, I had no job, I had no money. I just didn't like how things were going. I didn't want to do like the regular college route and everything. And I sat down, I looked at my friends, and I was like, when I eventually do make it, I'm gonna split this money and spend this money with you guys. And I was like, yo, why don't we just make a collective and we just support each other's dreams and stuff. And then there was like, that sounds good. And I just sat, kept thinking about what I wanted it. SOV stands for sovereignty. I was looking up words. That word stuck out to me. I looked at it as a club, and that's why I came up with the symbol, a club with the I. We're always aware of everything, and it's a club. So it was very simple. It was a simple idea, and I just let my mind go and just kept it like that. And, people be like, wow, how did you think it? It's very simple. It was a club with an I. It's funny you brought up the word therapy. That was something I jumped into a little bit too. I tell people mental health is important. I jumped into therapy for I did like 5-6 months during the pandemic, just cause it's good to do that. And it kind of put me in a good position for when everything started opening up. I mean, like, even though things were closed, I still was moving around. Like, as a creative, when I have a hard work ethic, I couldn't take the step off the gas just because I knew everyone else was taking the seat off. I was like, yo, this is my chance to push the gas while everybody is sitting down. But I knew in order to do that, get some therapy, make sure your mind is right so you don't go crazy while you're doing all this. So that was a very important thing to jump into. I tell everybody to do that. I tell people it's important to take their mental health serious. A lot of people don't be doing that. I tell people to take that serious. Make sure that life is not a race, it's a marathon. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. And I think that's something that people should learn that early on in life. Early on, people don't realize that. I know I felt that. I felt like everything was in a rush. And I take my time with things. I appreciate every day. So that's something I would like people to know about.